Alright, welcome to class everyone. Here is your iPad mini, which you're going to be using. It's already going to be loaded with Nomia, so if you just want to sign on, you should be all set. And you already have your sheet indicating which sections you're going to be doing today. Basically, our goal and our objectives today are twofold. How are apositives used to make writing more vivid? We're going to be exploring painting with apositives in order to make your writing within your journals and your literary adventures a bit more exciting, a bit more vivid. Secondly, what are the connections between the vivid writing and the visual image the reader perceives? So we're going to be talking about the way that you as a reader interpret what is written and then create an image within your head, and how using apositives will make that much more vivid and universal for a wider audience. So to begin with, the other day we were discussing about nouns and participles. So can I begin? What I would like you to do is go ahead and write down anything that you remember about nouns and apositives. Talk to a peer real quick. What is it that you both remember about nouns and apositives? Or nouns and participles, rather. Please, go ahead. Great. Alright, so let's see what we have here. So, Erin, would you like to share what you came up with for nouns? What is a noun?
We said a noun is a person, place, or thing, and we said like a supermarket is a noun.
Perfect. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Now similarly, let's look at what a participle is. So we have on here a response from one of the other students. A word formed from a verb. So we had the example, going, gone, being, been. So it's anything that's going to have that ending, but it's going to naturally be a verb. So what I would like to do now is go ahead and pass out the cartoon. This is going to be a cartoon basically illustrating how it is that apositives work in the context of your sentence. So inevitably you're going to start with your base sentence and then add the apositives to make it more vivid. So I want you to take a moment and just take a look at the comic. So as you can see, you began with a base sentence. The man was running. And then in order to make that sentence more vivid, to illustrate the actual circumstances the man was going through, what did we add?
They added ing words like mouth frothing, hair flailing.
Perfect. And how is it that that makes it more vivid?
It kind of gets you like thinking about what he's actually looking like, and instead of just the man ran to the store. It's kind of boring. Exactly,
and it illustrates more about the man's state of being and his actions. Now, let's start coming up with a collective one, a group. Unfortunately, our presentation materials aren't working at the moment. So as you can see, there's an adorable little cat, and he or she is chasing after a butterfly. So collectively, I want you to come up with a base sentence. This is just simple. Just as it was the man was running, I want you to come up with a couple-word sentence describing this scenario. Once you do, go ahead and you can send it up through Nomia. Now that you have your sentence, let's see what we have. Erin, what did you have?
I had the cat reached for the butterfly.
Great. The cat reached for the butterfly. A great sentence. It illustrates exactly what's going on within the picture. The cat is reaching for the butterfly. Now we're attempting to add three apositives. Once again, you're going to have the verb plus ing. So, what I would like you to do now is go ahead, speak with one of your friends, and try to consider three verbs with ing endings that might be applicable for the All right, what are two words that we came up with? So we still have the cat. What were three appositives that you were able to come up with? Let's see. So the cat, we had clawing, frothing, I like that one, frothing. And launching. Reached for the butterfly. Now we had a couple other ones. We had clawing, frothing, launching, leaping, loving, that's an interesting one, and quite a few other. All of them are good. I think that you all definitely understand the concept of having the verb and the ing ending in order to make it more vivid. Again, we're trying to establish what the cat's state of being is and what the circumstance surrounding this action is. The reason that this is important is because it's directly applicable to what you've been writing over the last few weeks. What I would like you to do is go ahead, utilize what you know here, use the model that I provided you, the examples that are still on Google Docs, and go into your own writing and attempt to utilize what you've learned and alter a sentence. So I'm confident that there are a couple sentences within your writing workshop piece that are similar to this, the horse ran across the field, simply letting the reader understand what was going on. What I want you to attempt to do is use the verb and ing, the appositives, to add detail and make your writing more vivid in creating or adding these elements. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can either ask me on Twitter, you can ask on the Google Docs, or you can provide feedback in any other way that you want. As soon as you're completed, I'll provide you feedback using the Google Docs comment feature. Thank you very much.